Tom.
Hello everybody, Tom Fawkes here. Welcome back to more Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. In the last episode, we started on the adventures of Rindo Tachyon, a scoundrel who was apparently a smuggler who was hired by the Republic in order to help them out. In this episode, we are making our way off of the ship, the Endar Spire, which has been accosted by Sith troopers in order to, well, survive.
We made it just in time. There's only one active escape pod left. Come on, we can hide out on the planet below.
Who are you?
I'm a soldier with the Republic, like you. We're the last two crew members left in the Endar Spire. Bastila's escape pod's already gone, so there's no reason for us to stick around here and get shot by the Sith. Now, come on, there'll be time for questions later.
We received 250 experience points just for making it this far, and as such, we can now click on the escape pod. This is the last escape pod and your only hope of survival. You can step away from the escape pod if you want to just explore the ship to make sure you didn't miss anything, but we're gonna go ahead and use the escape pod to get out of here. Imagine if it launched the other way and we just ended up drifting out into space. Although I think the gravitational pull of the planet would have brought us back down. All right, and we have landed in Taurus. But I'm not having good dreams. I'm still angry that I didn't get my McDonald's. What? Where's my McDonald's? Maybe we could just go to Arby's instead.
Good to see you up instead of thrashing about in your sleep. You must have been having one hell of a nightmare. I was wondering if you were ever gonna wake up. I'm Karth, one of the Republic soldiers from the Endar Spire. I was with you in the escape pod. Do you remember?
We spent a long time there, so yeah. Right, I'm Rindo Tachyon, by the way. How did we get here?
We've been slipping in and out of consciousness for a couple of days now, so I imagine you're pretty confused about things. But try not to worry. We're safe. At least for the moment. We're in an abandoned apartment on the planet of Terrace. We were banged up pretty bad when our escape pod crashed, but luckily I wasn't seriously hurt. I was able to drag you away from our crash site and all the confusion, and I stumbled into this abandoned apartment. By the time the Sith arrived on the scene, we were long gone.
So we're just gonna wait for the Republic to rescue us?
Terrace is under Sith control. Their fleet is orbiting the planet, they've declared martial law, and they've imposed a planet-wide quarantine. But I've been in worse spots. I saw on your service records that you understand a remarkable number of alien languages. That's pretty rare in a raw recruit. But it should come in handy while we're stranded on a foreign world. There is no way the Republic will be able to get anyone through the Sith blockade to help us. If we're gonna find Bastila and get off this planet, we can't rely on anybody but ourselves.
Why is it so important to find Bastila?
That smack to your head did more damage than I thought. Bastila's a Jedi. She was with the strike team that killed Darth Revan, Malak's Sith master. Bastila's the key to the whole Republic war effort. The Sith must have found out that she was on the Endar Spire and set an ambush for us in this system. I believe Bastila was on one of the escape pods that crashed down here in Terrace. For the sake of the Republic war effort, we have to try and find her.
How can one person, even a Jedi, be so important?
Bastila is no ordinary Jedi. She has a rare gift the Jedi call battle meditation. Bastila's power can influence entire armies. Through the Force, Bastila can inspire her allies with confidence and make her enemies lose their will to fight. Often that's all it takes to tip the balance in a battle. Of course, there are limits to what she can do, but from what I understand of her ability, it requires great concentration and focus to maintain her battle meditation. The attack on the Endar Spire happened so fast, she never had a chance to use her battle meditation. Like us, she barely got out alive.
So what do you suggest we do next?
Bastila's gonna need our help. Many of Darth Malak's followers can use the dark side of the Force, and the Sith have already killed more than their share of Jedi in this war. Nobody will be looking for a couple of common soldiers like us, and if we're careful, we can move about the planet without attracting notice, a luxury Bastila won't have. She's gonna have half the Sith fleet looking for her. They know how important she is to the war effort. The whole planet is under quarantine. No ships can land or take off. So if Bastila's gonna escape Terrace, she's gonna need our help, and we'll probably need hers.
Any idea where we should start looking for Bastila?
While you were out, I did some scouting around. There are reports of a couple of escape pods crashing down into the Undercity. It's probably a good place to start. But the Undercity's a dangerous place. We don't want to go there unprepared, and it won't do Bastila any good if we go and get ourselves killed.
Come on, I want to scout out this planet a bit.
Good idea. We can use this abandoned apartment as a base. We can probably get some equipment and supplies here in the upper city. Just remember to keep a low profile. I've heard some grim stories about the Dark Jedi interrogation techniques. They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. It can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity. But I figure if we don't do anything stupid, we should be okay. I mean, after all, they're looking for Bastila, not a couple of grunts like us. All right, soldier, let's move out.
Journal entry added. All right, so now we know what we're doing. We're gonna look for information. We're gonna try and find Bastila. But before that, I noticed something. Okay, that's probably the better way to go about this. Less is more in this game. Go over to the workbench. I can modify weapons. I can modify lightsabers, ranged weapons, armor, and melee, but we only have a melee weapon to modify right now. If we upgrade this with the vibration cell, it gives us another bonus physical damage to it. However, I'm going to continue to use blasters, but I will put the vibration cell in here. And if ever I need to later, I can always take the vibration cell out of the weapon and use it on something else. Also, a footlocker in here we can grab stuff from. Computer spikes, med pack, yada yada yada. I think that maybe now the music is too low. Give it a little bit of an oomph, but less so that way our conversations aren't being completely drowned out. With that said, we can also use this base to get people coming in and out of our party. Let's talk to Karth.
Yes, what's on your mind?
I'd like to know more about you, Karth.
Me? Well, I've been a star pilot for the Republic for years. Seen more than my share of wars. I fought in the Mandalorian Wars before all this started. But with all that, I've never experienced anything like the slaughter these Sith animals can unleash. Not even the Mandalorians were that senseless. My homeworld was one of the first planets to fall to Malak's fleet. The Sith bombed it into submission, and there wasn't a damn thing our Republic forces could do to stop them.
You're talking like it's your fault, like you failed somehow.
It shouldn't be my fault. I did everything I could. I followed my orders and did my duty. That shouldn't mean I failed them. I didn't.
I'm sorry, Karth. I didn't mean to upset you.
No, I know. Don't worry about it. I must not be making much sense. You probably mean well with your questions. I'm just not accustomed to talking about my past very much. At all, actually. I'm more used to taking action, keeping my mind focused on the business at hand. So let's just do that. If you have more questions, ask them later.
Well, we learned a little bit about Karth here. And we're going to be doing that at least once per episode with various members of my party that I get. For the time being... Oh, I guess I can't do anything right now. All right, let's go ahead. Let's leave the apartment complex. Every time you leave the apartment complex, you must select which party members you wish to take. Since it's your first time leaving, you will have to take Karth. I theoretically can remove him, but because it's the first time, I can keep him.
Right, you alien scum. Everybody, get up against the wall. This is a raid.
There was a patrol here just yesterday, and they found nothing. Why do you Sith keep bothering us?
That's how we Sith deal with smart-mouth aliens. Now the rest of you, get up against the wall before I lose my temper again. What's this? Humans hiding out with aliens? They're Republic fugitives! Attack!
Oh boy. Well, we just exited the frying pan and into the fryer, so I'm just gonna chuck a grenade. Oh, did I kill that man? No, he's still alive. He's very weak though, but I did heal him. But I did get him. Poor Exil. He never should have talked back to that Sith. Thankfully, you were here to step in and help us, human. This isn't the first time the Sith have come in here asking for, to cause trouble for us, but hopefully it'll be the last. Won't someone come searching for this patrol? Don't worry about the bodies. I'll move them so they look like they were killed elsewhere. That should throw the Sith off the track. With any luck, they won't be bothering us again for a while. can't take a look at that stuff. Yeah, I injured him a lot with the grenade, but I think the grenade was worth it. Frag grenade, poison grenade, we'll get into what that does later, as well as adrenal strength and adrenal stamina, and a blaster rifle. Any of these other, did the droids have anything? No.
Ready?
I'm here.
Oops. Oh, I guess Tab switches my party member. Speaking of party members, we didn't actually get a chance to look at how, what Karth is like. So, Karth, relies heavily on dexterity. And as a soldier, he already has great fortitude, and his reflex save is added to that as well. He's more on the light side of things, but he doesn't have Jedi powers, so that really doesn't mean terribly much. In terms of his equipment, he dual wields blasters, including his own custom blaster, which can be upgraded, which does 1d6 plus 1 energy damage, range of 23. Critical hit is the same as any other blaster. Now, here's my problem. He's already got a plus 6 on all that jazz. So I'm just gonna give him the 2 standard blasters, and then I'm gonna take his good blaster. There we go. Yeah, because like looking at him, he's got. Let me see what his feats are. He already has the upgraded 2-weapon fighting, which I might get after this, which gives him less penalties on shooting. He also has blaster pistol mastery. Good lord, man! He's dealing so much damage with this stuff. Level 4 soldier. Because he's a soldier, only he can get that. In terms of his skills, we don't really need to worry much about them. Treat injury is really good since he's a soldier. He's got okay repair. Pretty good awareness. Not great for a lot of other things, though.
I'm here.
Here, we'll switch back to this. I got Karth's blaster. Got a low security door here. Let me see if I can break into it.
Damn. On it. Done.
There we go. So one of the biggest things about this game is that you can just straight up, like, with security, just straight up keep using them over and over again. If it's a really difficult one, it might fail like 20 times before you get it, but if it's impossible, it'll straight up tell you that it's impossible to do it. Hello.
Who are you? What are you doing in here? You can't just come barging into someone's home.
I'm sorry, I was just investigating the area.
That's no excuse. You can't just go around barging into people's apartments because you're curious. But at least you're more polite than that pig Holden.
Holden? Who's that?
Just one of Darvik's men who can't keep his hands to himself. But all he got for his trouble was a nasty scar from my vibroblade. Too bad I'm the one still paying the price.
What do you mean?
I don't want to talk about it. I'm in enough trouble already. Besides, I don't know if I can trust you.
So this is where the persuade skill comes in, because now I could roll on that, and maybe this person will trust me and tell me what I can do to help.
Well, I suppose you seem like an all-right sort. When I cut Holden, it made him back off, but it also embarrassed him in front of his friends. Holden's a spiteful little hut slug. He went and put out a bounty on my head for what I did. That's why I'm hiding out here.
Is there anything I could do to help?
I doubt it. Holden is one of Darvik's men. When you work for the local crime lord, the authorities tend to turn a blind eye. I'm afraid this is between me and Holden now.
Maybe I could speak to Holden for you.
Could try, I guess. He usually hangs out at the cantina in the lower city. It probably won't do any good. Holden's used to getting his own way. That's one of the fringe benefits of being a goon for Darvik. Working for the local crime lord lets you get away with things. Still, I appreciate the offer.
I want to ask you some questions.
I can't help you there. Since this thing with Holden, I've been scared to leave my apartment. I don't know anything about what's going on in the outside world anymore.
All right. And if I wanted to, I can collect the bounty on her head just by, like, you know, killing her, but it...
Goodbye.
We'll take these things as we can go. And plus, the situation with her doesn't seem like it's that, like, that big of an issue. Like, she basically defended herself against a creepy sexual predator, and she's getting BS for it. So we're gonna take care of the situation for her. Well, I don't see too many of your kind around here. Most of the residents in this rundown old apartment are illegal aliens. My name is Laram, by the way. A pleasure to meet you, Laram. My name is Rindo Tachyon. I know it's really none of my business, but you look like someone who might need to purchase one of those new energy shields. They're the latest thing, you know. Very high tech. What's so great about these energy shields? When you use one, it surrounds you with a radiant aura particle mesh that absorbs blaster bolts. Pretty handy in a fight. The shield even protects against lightsabers, or so I hear. The shields aren't perfect, of course. They can only absorb so much energy before they burn out. And ion blasters will take a basic dueling shield down pretty quick.
And I can tell you from experience that they aren't any good at all against a simple vibroblade. That's why the Republic has been training soldiers in hand-to-hand and melee combat.
Huh. Where did this technology come from? I've heard rumors of the Achani using shields like this, but I never saw anything like them around here. Not until the Sith came. Where they discovered the technology is anybody's guess. Shields are too rare and too expensive to hand out to an entire army, but a shielded strike team can take out a whole battalion of soldiers armed with conventional blasters. Gave the Sith a huge edge in the early battles, and it wasn't long before the Republic was able to copy the technology and come up with energy shields of their own. Now both sides are scrambling to come up with new weapons to slice through the shields. But until they do, you're going to see melee combat coming back to the forefront of this war. Anything else? Not much more to say, really, except I managed to get my hands on one of those shields. It isn't cheap, but it could be the difference between life and death. You want to see what I have in stock? I know my kiosk isn't much to look at, but my prices are reasonable and the merchandise is sound. Let me see what you have for sale. So now we can see what this person has for sale. He does have energy shields. They're not great, though. They're basically your standard shields. They can deflect energy and electrical up to 20 points, or until the 200 second duration is gone through. Sells infinite med packs. He's got computer spikes, parts, a military suit. That actually might not be too bad for Karth. I don't have enough credits for it, though. Heavy combat suit, which is light armor, gives me a better defense bonus, but a lower dexterity, max dexterity bonus. Light battle armor is medium. You got Vibroblade Stun Baton. This one only does 1 damage, but has a 25% chance to stun for 6 seconds. And even on that 25% chance, if they manage to get if they manage to roll a 10 or higher, then that doesn't, do anything. Quarterstaff is pretty interesting, but we'll get into a reason why that's not a good idea later. Also, double-ended weapons are treated as 2 weapons. Ion Blaster, Sonic Pistol. Let's see. Using this blaster, it's only a 1d4 for damage, but it has a chance to reduce to give attribute damage. Doesn't say specifically which kind, though. And I think this here means that it's a dexterity saving throw, but it might just mean that it damages the dexterity. It's also balanced. That's interesting. Poison grenade we never went over. 4 points of damage every 3 seconds for 30 seconds. Wow, that has a high DC save. Good lord, that might be really good early game to use. However, a lot of these things are very expensive. We also never went over the stimulants. Stimulants will increase your stats for a certain amount of time. They're very useful to use in early battle. And this is the first time we're seeing mines. You can set mines to just lure enemies over to them to have them detonate on them. But they're very tricky to use, and I generally stay away from them. I also didn't put any points into demolition, so that's probably why I'll never use one. Anyway, I'm gonna go over to the sell list and sell some of the things that we have. The clothing doesn't sell for anything, but there's no point in keeping it. I'll sell one of the vibroblades and one of the short swords. I'll sell one of my adrenal strengths as well. I'm not gonna buy anything from this guy because, like I said, I'm trying to save up my my credits.
On it.
We'll keep searching around this apartment here.
Done.
This is gonna be a rather long let's play, as you can see, because I plan on doing as much as possible and talking to as many people. Generally, if people don't have a name, then there's no point in interacting with them, and they'll just say something generic. Don't hurt me. Just take what you want. I won't try to stop you. This, for some reason, doesn't get you any dark side points for stealing from this person, but it's important to get as many items as possible from wherever you can get it from. And for the most part, it doesn't count as stealing. That goes to the upper city. We don't want to go there quite yet. I thought this guy's name was Corn, but I think it's the race he is. He's like a squid man.
On it. Done.
Oh, what do we got here? Ethorian. Don't need to deal with him. We just need to steal what's in his bag. Parse a computer spike. I almost put items in that bag. I'm pretty sure you have infinite inventory space, so there's no point unless it's for organizing. There's no point in putting anything like in a bag. Looks like just a little droid repair bay here, which is weird in an apartment. Oh, this happens sometimes. You get stuck on an invisible door. I think we're almost back around at the beginning. I do want to see if I have anything that can that I could use to upgrade Karth's blaster, but I think the vibration cell only works with melee weapons. However, yeah, we're back at the beginning. I'm gonna go back into the apartment real quick. The bodies are still there. I wonder if I go into the hideout and come back out, if that'll be the case. But no, let's see what I could do here. Also, anytime you go into your hideout, you will automatically heal fully. I do not have anything to upgrade these, but you know, we'll have to see about that later on. And Karth's blaster is very upgradable. Out of the party, like I said, I could make it so he's not in the party, but you know, it's nice to have somebody to use. A janitor. Oh, the body's still there? The bodies are gone, but the remains, well, remain. Frag grenade. And how come, I guess I wasn't able to get those before. That's weird. Yeah, this game was an absolute marvel when it first came out. I remember going over to my buddy's house and playing this game for hours. And here's the thing, we were in high school at the time, so like after I played that game with him, I was like, dude, I'm gonna go to a Walmart and we should go to Walmart and just grab some of those like plastic lightsabers. And like, you know, as like awkward like 14 to 17-year-olds around the time we played this game, we were outside like in like the woods behind my house, like, you know, pretend to take down like Sith and whatnot. And like, oh, something seems to be bothering Karth. Maybe I should speak to him and see if I can get him to open up about it.
Yes, what's on your mind?
Is this a good time to ask you some more questions?
I'm all ears, beautiful.
Beautiful, isn't that a little inappropriate?
Is there something else you'd prefer I called you?
How about my name?
Don't get yourself in a twist over it, gorgeous. I didn't mean anything by it.
That's no good either.
Oh, for crying out! Fine. If it'll make you feel better, you call me something. Go ahead. Come on. I can take it.
How about sexist worm? Oh, don't be ridiculous.
What, are you afraid you'll hurt my feelings? Come on, spit it out. You can do it.
How about sexist worm?
Is that it? You can do better than that.
How about a sexless marsh toad?
Ouch. That is better. Well, I bet beautiful doesn't sound so bad in comparison now, does it?
Maybe not, but I still don't want you calling me that.
Stubborn as ever. Okay, you got me. I bet you have your heart set on those questions. Are they really necessary?
I'd just like to get to know you better.
Oh, well, if it's an interrogation you wanted, why didn't you say so?
This is an interrogation. I never said that.
No, I was just joking. Though you do seem to be full of questions. It's rather refreshing, to be honest. Let me ask you something first, though. I've been going through the battle aboard the Endar Spire over and over in my head since we crashed. Some things just don't add up for me. Maybe you could tell me what happened, from your perspective.
Like you said when we first met, Bastila didn't have the time to use her powers. I wasn't in a position to know what was going on, really.
Neither was I, to tell the truth. I was on board as an advisor for the most part. The battle began so fast it's anyone's guess as to what actually happened. We lost the ship and a lot of good people. And for what? In the hope that the Jedi powers would save us somehow? Not that Bastila had much of an opportunity to act. We didn't choose that battle anyway. It got forced on us. Hell, I'm just as surprised that any of us are alive to talk about it. Come to think of it, it's more than a little surprising that you happen to be here, isn't it? I mean, just what is your position with the Republic fleet anyway?
I used to be a smuggler, if you must know. I was recruited into the fleet for my knowledge.
A smuggler? I should have guessed. Isn't it odd, however, that a smuggler who was added to the crew at the last minute just happens to be alive?
What's so odd about being added to the crew last minute?
You were the only one. Not to mention that Bastila's party was the one who requested your transfer.
Why would Bastila request my transfer?
The Jedi requested numerous things when they came on board. I mean, hell, they practically took over the ship, as far as I could tell. Considering your connection to Bastila and the Jedi, whether you know it or not, your presence here seems a little convenient. I'm probably wrong, and this is probably nothing, I know. I learned a long time ago not to take things at face value ever, and I hate surprises.
I'm telling you, Karth, I had nothing to do with the crash.
I expect you're right. I've got no real reason to suspect you of anything. Still, it's better to be safe than sorry, right?
Are you always this suspicious?
Look, it has nothing to do with you personally. I don't trust anyone, and I have my reasons. And no, I'm not going to discuss them, so can we just keep our mind on more important things?
I haven't heard the last from me on this.
All right, all right. You must be the most damn persistent woman I've ever met. We'll talk about it, but later. Right now, I just want to get going.
Learn more about him. I don't know if this is our escape pod here, but it is one of the Republic's escape pods. Can we examine it? No, it doesn't look like we can. There was a lot of talking in this game, by the way, so you're gonna be hearing a lot of that. The Equipment Emporium. Kebla's shop. Kebla Yurt.
Hello there. I haven't seen you in my shop before. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kebla Yurt. Welcome to the Equipment Emporium. You looking to buy some supplies? My shop's the largest one in all of Upper Terrace. Best selection on the planet. Whatever you need, I've got. Well, mostly.
Mostly? What do you mean by that?
The Sith confiscated all my heavy weapons, and they impounded all my ships and swoop bikes. But I've still got a real nice selection, if you're interested.
Let me see what you have for sale.
Just so you know, the prices on the items are final. No bargaining here. This isn't a swap meet, okay? I only deal in top-notch stuff.
Alright. So she sells some oh wow, that one's actually really nice. That Bond and Ally heavy suit. Again, I want to save my I keep wanting to call them caps. Sith sniper rifle. Where'd you get your hands on that, huh? Sound dampening stealth unit is pretty neat, as it basically is the same as the stealth field generator, but it gives you +2 stealth as well. It's good to take a look at all the inventory of everything around here, just to be on the safe side. There's a Sith trooper here. What do we got here? This is the canteen entrance. Hello.
Don't bother me. I'm here on official Sith business.
Okay. Rude. Also, it says you can unlock that one, but, like, you don't really need to. Well, let's wander around here, then. Niklos?
What do you want? Have you come here just to bother me, or do you wish to test yourself against the best Pazaak player on Taurus?
I want to play Pazaak, but I don't have a deck.
You don't even have your own deck? Then why are you bothering me? You can't play Pazaak without your own deck. If you're serious about Pazaak, go speak to old Garok on the other side of the tavern. His gambling days are over, and he's looking to sell his deck.
All right. There he is.
Hello there, youngster. You interested in buying the Pazaak deck of an old man looking to get out of the gambling game? Just 50 credits and I'll sell you all my cards. I'll even throw in a free lesson to boot. It's a great deal, if you can afford it.
Sure, I'll buy your deck.
Glad to see you're interested in the grand old game. The rules are pretty simple. Here, I'll load them up into your data pad so you can check them out anytime you want. Good luck. I hope the game's as good to you as it was to me. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
I'll be going now.
Of course, of course. No sense in a youngster like you wasting your days away with an old man in a dingy bar. But if you ever want to chat, you know where to find me.
So Pazaak is an interesting game. It's basically like blackjack with sort of modifier cards to them. Let's talk to Christia here.
Don't you just love watching the Pazaak players? All that strategy, all those credits. It's enough to make a girl get all flushed.
Yep, that's all she has to say. All right, let's battle Niklos and
I
Pazaak.
saw you getting a Pazaak lesson from that old fossil Garuk. Learning the rules of Pazaak is easy. But actually playing the game is a much greater challenge. Normally, I wouldn't bother with a novice like you. But since Gerud was banned for hustling cards, I haven't been able to find a good game around here. Do you wish to play a hand?
Yeah, let's play.
I'm going to enjoy relieving you of your credits almost as much as I'm going to enjoy humiliating you.
It's basically a gambling game. We'll start with a max bet of 40 for now. These are the cards that we can use in our deck. They basically just like add stuff. We don't have, there are plus cards and there are minus cards, but we'll see what happens when we go along. Basically, like I said, it's blackjack with modifiers. So I got 1, so I'll just go ahead and end my turn. Standing is basically saying that you don't want any more cards given to you. Ooh, okay. I think, yeah, well, I'll take 1 more. Damn it! I don't have any minus cards, I have to stop. Yep, I win that set. It's best 3 out of 5. $16, I'll put the +4 in there, and then that gets me to 20. And I win. I'm gonna get real lucky with this and just get 2 10s. You can only get so lucky. 19, let's throw the +1 on there. Yeah! 1 more game and I'll win the pot. And pretty much most of the money I got back from everything. Hey, hello. There we go. I've defeated my opponent.
You were lucky to win the last match. But luck is no substitute for skill in Pazaak. If you are foolish enough to play me again, I won't repeat the mistake of underestimating you.
I need to get more cards. So I'm not interested right now.
If you ever wish to test yourself against the best Pazaak player on Taris, you know where to find me.
This is a good way to grind up credits if you need them. But anyway, we made it to the Upper Taris Cantina. I know we didn't get very far, but that's kind of the nature of this game with how much talking there is. So, next time on Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, we're going to continue through the Cantina and see what the goings-ons of Taris are and see if we can get more information on Bastil's whereabouts. See you all then! Later!